Steve Kerr was asked about his newest player on the Warriors, D'Angelo Russell. Let's take a listen to Steve Kerr.
I'm excited to coach him. He's a great young talent, and I think he's going to fit right in with our group. And we're going to need him desperately. Without Clay, especially, we need D'Angelo's scoring, and it's up to us as a staff to figure out, how best to use him and to shape the team, shape the offense, and we'll figure it out.
All right, Kerr says D'Lo will fit right in. BS or real talk in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I jumped the gun.
It's okay.
Dang it.
It's all right. I
was just so excited about my take.
Go ahead. Give it to me, Malika.
I think that this is genuine from Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And they have a history of being able to embrace players, bring them in, and be able to have their culture absorb these guys. And I know that D'Angelo Russell has, not only are there questions with him and his fit on the court, will he be as good of a two-way player as Klay Thompson was for them? Probably not. He doesn't have the size he does as a defender. And then also in the locker room, this is a more, for the most part, mature group. And how will this younger person come and fit in there? But Steve saying that this is on us to be able to bring everybody in, I think that is 100% genuine.
Jonathan, they're going to need him, so I think this is real talk because of that, right? And because, look, he's a very skilled offensive player, so I think it's on really Steve Kerr to try to make it work with him. He's not used to the motion offense type stuff. He's more of a pick and roll type player. But can you find a balance between those two games if you're Steve Kerr?
I think they have to. Like you said, they lost a lot this offseason. They don't have a lot of guard depth, and you don't want to really ride Steph Curry 82 games, ask him to score 30 points a game. He's not going to have anything left in the tank by the time the playoffs comes around. And so you need D'Angelo Russell to be an all-star for you. You need him soaking up a lot of possessions, playing a lot of pick and roll, scoring 20, 22, 25 points a game for you to stay competitive, to maybe try and get home court advantage if you can, not fall too far, 5, 6 seed, because otherwise it's going to be really difficult, especially if Klay doesn't come back by the playoffs.
Who's going to have to adapt more? Will it be Russell or will it be Kerr?
I think Kerr is going to have to change things. I mean, not having that safety valve of just putting the ball in KD's hands and saying, go to work for me, or bringing Klay Thompson off those stagger screens like we've seen, all those dribble handoffs. That's going to be an adjustment. And so he's going to have to change things because a lot of the offense last year went through Draymond. He was the main facilitator in the half court. And so now you have D'Angelo, who isn't really as used to playing without the ball as maybe you need him to be. And so I think they're going to have to make some tweaks to the offense.
Malika, do you think that D'Angelo can take another step, not just as far as his game's concerned, but do you think he still has room to grow just from a maturity standpoint, being around these kind of guys?
Absolutely. I mean, we saw D'Angelo just get a breath of fresh air when he went from Los Angeles to Brooklyn. He was able to take a step back. He grew a lot. He, it seems, has learned a lot from being on that team. And now he's going to be surrounded by a lot of mature guys who have been there, who have experienced winning. And he's joining this group at an interesting time, right? Because they are just moving on past the KD era. And so it will be interesting to Jonathan's point to see what Steve Kerr does with this group, because remember, Steve Kerr inherited Andre Iguodala and that group that had already been together. And this is the first time we're seeing some real shakeups happen in his tenure. So he is going to have to be making those adjustments. And that's not D'Angelo specific. That's more of a larger thing that the Warriors are reckoning with right now.
Kyle Lowry is still recovering from his thumb injury from the playoffs, but still plans to play for Team USA in September. Sports Illustrated asked Kyle about defending the Raptors NBA title without Kawhi Leonard. Here's what Kyle said. We're still going to be able to run it back. We're the champions, and we're trying to defend our title. I'm confident with our team. So, Malika, you ready? 3, 2, 1, BS or real talk? Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
It's you. Okay.
I believe that he believes that.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
no, if that was the question, it would be this.
Believe that he believes
Are
that.
they going to win the championship? No, they're probably
Right.
not.
Or even go deep in the playoffs. What do you think about that?
I think they make it to the first round. I mean, maybe to the second. I don't see them, they're Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. They're just too strong for them. But, they're a tough team. I mean, they still have Lowry, Van Vliet, Pascal Siakam is going to make a big jump. Right. Marc Gasol, Ibaka. I mean, don't discount, the experience they garnered over that championship run. But, just losing Kawhi, that's a heartbreaker for them.
being able to run it back is something that that's where my BSO meter kind of started to go off a little bit. But Kyle Lowry is a genuine guy.
Sure.
This is saying the right things. And are they going to try to defend our title? If we're parsing apart words, then yes, they're going to try. Will they be successful in that endeavor? I mean, Vegas says no.
Probably
I say
not.
no.
Yeah.
It would be a very challenging uphill battle, and it's going to be interesting to see the ramifications of what happens to this team now. So if they won this championship with Kawhi left, and now it's okay. So Kyle Lowry's going to be coming up pretty soon in free agency, and what are the ramifications of how they do this year? How will that affect everything going forward? So they're in sort of an interesting time because of that.
Yeah, they've got proud guys on this team, right? Like Kyle, particularly Marc Gasol, right? You mentioned
the competitors.
Yeah, the ascension of Pascal Siakam, Van Vliet, all those guys. I think they will be solidly in the playoff mix, barring catastrophic injuries. But yeah, just getting past that first round, I think maybe, that could be doable, but getting past that might be really tough for them, I think.
Does Masai have any, tricks up his sleeve
Perhaps.
at the trade deadline?
Yeah.
He's not been
does.
bashful about it.
No, well, we know that for sure after last season.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.